Hi, I'm Naima Latif, executive producer of the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. For this year's Nonviolent Blogging Carnival, we'd like to share a thought about thoughts. All violence begins with a thought. We think violence is the act of hurting someone with one's hands. But truly, all harm starts with an incorrect thought about another's intention to harm oneself. If we understood one truth, we could eliminate all violence and create a world of nonviolence. But the nonviolence first has to start with a correction of our thought. This wrong thought that we've all been indoctrinated with is the idea that people are born bad and they have a propensity to harm us. And so we live in fear that we're going to be harmed and we react. But our reaction is based on an incorrect belief in our own minds all of the time. Just for example, look at how we respond to children. These are children. They have nothing in their hearts except a desire to explore the world into which they were born. But we, in our adults' minds, our incorrect beliefs about the intentions of children, will listen to a child tell us no when they don't want to do something. And in our minds, we'll project at them the thought that their intention is to disrespect us as parental authorities. And we feel that we must punish them with a hit. We initiate the violence based on our incorrect projection of an intention that they do not have. They're merely seeking to express their desires using the language that we taught them. But we do that to our children, believing in our own minds, our own incorrect beliefs, that they have disrespected our authority. We felt disrespected because of something in our experience at another time in which we believed that others did not respect us. And so we're projecting that intention onto this child who has no such intention at all. That 3-year-old who, in playing with something that isn't a toy and their desire to explore their environment, breaks something of value. And they get punished with a hit, a slap, a spanking, an act of violence. Because we projected onto them what we term disobedience, disrespect, when we ask them not to touch something. And we again project upon the child the idea that they intended to disregard our words, when in fact they were merely seeking to explore. We projected onto them from our own minds an intention they did not have. We do this all the time with the adults in our midst. We believe their intention is to commit harm. And so we respond as if the thought in our own mind is correct. Now, this happens when people commit acts of violence at others. Let's just take the domestic violence situation. Perhaps a man in his lifetime has felt the pain of being bullied or disrespected or disregarded. And he holds that anger. And he believes that others will harm him if he does not show what he believes is strength. And so his wife makes some little remark, but in his mind, he is saying, she disrespected me. She's seeking to belittle me. And so he hits her. Now, it doesn't matter what she said. The response is from something in his own mind. It's not real except to him. This is what happens when anyone harms someone else. They're responding to something in their own minds that is not real. Let's look at the person who bullies. Somewhere in their life, they were made to feel helpless. Perhaps they were that little 2-year-old who said no and got slapped, or that little 3-year-old that broke a valuable instrument and got spanked. Somewhere in their life, they felt weak, and they felt that they were not respected, and they felt that they were a helpless victim at some point in their lives. And so they want to prove to themselves that they are strong. And when they see someone that they perceive as weak, as frightened, as helpless, they see that person as a reflection of that weak, helpless person that they felt like at some point in their time, in their lives, and they despise what they see in that person they perceive as weak. And they attack and they hit and they bully that person, believing that if they can overpower this other person, they are now proving to themselves that they are strong, they are powerful. They will not be made to feel weak again. That is how a bully thinks. They believe what they're doing is correct. And they believe that this other person who is weak deserves to be treated badly. They believe that in their own minds. We see that behavior in law enforcement. People who are using the power of their position to inflict harm. These are people who are responding to incorrect beliefs in their own minds about others. This is someone who I must overpower to show my strength, so that I do not feel like that weak, helpless person that someone made me feel like at some point in my life. I'm going to show that I am strong. I'm going to overpower them. I'm going to show that they will not disrespect me. That's what that behavior is. A response based on something incorrect in their own minds. Now, of course, for the person who's being mistreated, they perceive that this person who is mistreating them is evil, cruel, insensitive, and they're angry and feeling that same helplessness. And they hold on to that anger of helplessness. And even if they feel like they can't retaliate at that person who hurt them, that anger remains. And at some point, somewhere gets expressed at someone else. Because they're believing that this person that they treat badly is somehow going to harm them. Whether it's just being rude to someone. Perhaps this person who's just been stopped by a police officer and made to feel disrespected goes to their job, and maybe they work as a cashier. And so they're rude to the cashier. They're rude as a cashier to their customers. They believe that a customer who is standing in line and maybe acting a little impatient, maybe they believe this person is disrespecting them, disrespecting the work that they're doing, not sensitive to the fact that they're tired, they've been on their feet all day. This person who is having an attitude, or they perceive as having an attitude, they perceive this person as disrespecting them because they're already believing that people will harm you and people don't respect you. So they're going to show that they will not be disrespected. And so they're rude to that customer, talking to them meanly, as if to say, I will be respected. I'm not going to allow you to hurt me. But it's the anger that they're carrying from an other encounter that they had with someone else. So this is how the energy of anger spreads. The energy that comes from wrong thought about others. The energy that has its origins in a wrong thought projected onto them when they were children. We have created a society where people are constantly believing that others intend to harm them, and therefore they're responding and harming others. Look at the person who robs people. That person has in their minds, people will not share with me. They will not give me what I need. They instead want to treat me badly for what I don't have. They disrespect me. So I'm going to get respect. I'm going to take what I want from them. I'm going to show them that I'm not weak. I am powerful. This is the thought of the person who robs at gunpoint, believing that what they're doing is right because others do not care about them. This is the wrong thought that they have that they believe is right. Everyone who behaves in any way towards others is behaving based on what they believe in their own minds. And so we have created a society where everyone is fearing everyone else and responding as if the fears they have in their own minds is real. Fear is false evidence appearing real, and it only appears real in our own minds. So let's see if we can rewind the tape. Let's go back to the beginning and let's erase the wrong thought that is at the core of all mistreatment of others. Beliefs that people are inherently bad and will harm us. Everyone is born good. Everyone is a spark of God. Everyone is the same loving energy of creation. Everyone is here as an expression of love. And they only get distorted based on the experiences that they're having and the lesson that they learn, the belief that is indoctrinated into them that others intend to harm them. We can change what we create when we all change our thought. The biggest challenge we have is to get to that level of compassionate understanding displayed by the one we know as Jesus, as saying, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And that is the truth. People do not know what they're doing. They do not know that when they perform an act of violence or even a word that's harmful, that they're truly harming themselves. They don't know that. They don't know that what they're believing about others is incorrect. They don't know. And so when we can change our thoughts and believe that others are only acting out of their misunderstanding and love them anyway, and be a loving being whose thoughts are projecting the best upon people, we can help heal what truly is a mental illness. And the mental illness that we're all carrying is a belief that others intend to harm us, and then responding as if it is so. It is not. Nonviolence begins with a way of thinking, a way of understanding, a way of realizing that everyone is doing what they believe is right, and no one is bad or evil or deserving of pain and suffering. All of us need to heal our thought. And when we do that, then we can create a society, a community, a world that is non-violent. Be the change you want to see. Change your thought. Believe the best in others, even if what they appear to do is harmful. Know that at the core of who they are is a loving being. Demonstrate what nonviolence looks like by first changing your thoughts. And then watch miracles manifest. I'm Naima Latif. Thank you for watching.